efficiency. Okay, we're shortening the muscle. So, so the soleus is still a plantar flexor, right? So, Ashley, would I like you to just point your toes towards the ceiling? Good, and relax. So there's my full available range of motion. I'll go ahead and come up again. Now, what it's saying is the resistance is against the calcaneus. So instead of grabbing the toe part of the foot, you're going to grab the rear foot and you're going to push down into plantar flexion. And relax. Okay, so that's independent for soleus. For gastroc, I'm going to have you stand up for me. Do you have any problems with your balance? Okay. So what I'm going to have you do is stand with just your fingertips resting on the table. I'm going to be watching your hands to make sure you aren't pushing down. I'm going to have you stand on your left leg only. Good. Now what I would like you to do is do a heel raise. So lift your heel up off the table without putting any pressure on your fingers. Good. And come back down. And how many of those can you do? Can you do 5 of those for me? 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Okay? So she would get a 5 out of 5 because she was able to do 5 repetitions. Right? So for the gastroc test, the reality is that the person's own body weight is going to provide more resistance than any resistance that we would be able to provide. And so you'll learn next semester that we'll screen gastroc by having them press into our hands, but in reality, we're not providing very much resistance. So you're getting a much better assessment of the muscle strength by having them do the standing single leg raise. You can imagine that there are a lot of reasons why you can't do this test. So if someone has a balance impairment, again, if they've sprained their ankle, they may not be able to have the balance. They also may not like weight bearing on that leg. So there's a lot of reasons you might test them in supine for that muscle. But the true manual muscle test for the ankle plantar flexors, so this would be gastroc and soleus together, is the heel raise. All right? So those are the last 2. Okay? So let's have you practice those 2.